So I thought it'd be a cool idea to give you a complete 30-day action plan to go from complete zero to making your first £1,000 with copywriting. I'm going to give you an action plan and tell you what to do every single day so you know what you're doing and you can hit that £1,000 target or $1,000 target to replace it wherever you are in the world and grow your freelance copywriting journey from there. We're going to jump into day one. Now I'm going to assume right now that you have a little bit of knowledge in what copywriting is. So you've maybe done a little bit of writing before, but you have a general thesis of what copywriting is. We're primarily looking to work towards finding our first client. And if you want a step-by-step complete course on this, there is another link in the description below which you may find useful. But what we're going to do now is, day one, we're going to choose our niche. So when it comes to choosing our niche as a copywriter, I always say start with your bat signal talent, which is basically asking yourself, what do people come to you for information on? What do you already have? What knowledge and skills and passions can you leverage straight away? For me, it's mountain biking, growing online businesses, things like this. This is what people come to me for advice on. So look at your own life, ask yourself, what do people speak to me about? And this can be a great indicator as to where you can start. Don't go into a niche that you have no idea about. Like if you have no idea about crypto, but somebody told you that's the best place to go because there's money there, you're going to get burnt out and bored of it. And this is what is not going to lead to results later on. Yes, further down the road, you can expand your horizons and use copywriting to write for all different kinds of niches like I have done. But in the beginning, if we're just looking at getting a fast wins, just focus on something that you already have a little bit of knowledge in. That's my first bit of advice. So that's day one. Day two, we're going to create our email portfolio or our copy portfolio. Now, people will say, how do I get a portfolio going if I don't have any clients? Well, I call this the permissionless apprenticeship. Again, there's another useful link in the description below of how you can do this, but essentially, this is how to create a portfolio without any clients. It's called the permissionless apprenticeship because you essentially go out, create your own portfolio from work that is already out there, do some work on it yourself, and then you create a document of your work. It doesn't have to be proven. It just has to be a way of showing clients that you know what you're talking about. So day three, we're going to set up our social media profiles. So for me, I primarily like to use Instagram for this. So you want to make sure your profile picture is optimized, as in like it's a nice clear headshot. In your bio, there is something in there about the fact you are a writer. And then your feed, your photos and media show that you are a genuine person. You're a legit person. That's what people want to see. If you want to share your writing expertise in there, you can do that. Some people want to start complete fresh profiles to start their copywriting journey from. I didn't do that. I'm not saying you don't have to, but I didn't do that. I just like using social media as a way of showing people that I'm a real human being, because businesses like doing business with real people. Day four, we're going to come up with our offer. So this is going to be an irresistible offer, and it's a way of creating an offer that will put clients in a position where if they say no to your offer, they're going to feel stupid for saying no. This is a method coined by Alex Hormozy, and essentially you want to have an offer that is very specific and it has some sort of risk reversal or a guarantee in there, it has some bonuses, and it is basically risk-free for the client. So the risk is on you and the client doesn't want to be taking any risk. This is the way we want to position it. So again, link in the description below to a course that you can get, which is £1, and it will walk you through exactly how to create this irresistible offer. Then on day five, we're going to create an outreach template. So I take this with a pinch of salt because I don't like giving out copy and paste templates, because when you're outreaching to clients or potential clients, you want the message they get needs to feel like it can only have been sent to that one person. So it's personalized. And if we're sending a load of copy and paste emails out or outreach messages that feel like they could have been sent to 1,000 other people, it's not going to feel personalized, it's not going to feel special, and it's not going to be unique. So it's probably going to get ignored. So you want to come up with a way of creating a template for your outreach that calls people out, that calls your target audience out, offers them something of value, and then has a call to action in there. We always want some sort of call to action, whether it's to jump on a call with you or to take the next step. Okay, so my other piece of advice for creating an outreach template or a message is to keep it really short and concise, because people's attention spans are super short nowadays. So we want to play to our advantages here and just grab people's attention and start building that relationship. So in day 6, once we have those foundations in place, we're going to start looking for prospective clients. Now, there are many different ways you can find clients and on different platforms on the internet. I like YouTube. I love finding clients on YouTube. There's so many online educators on there, channels like mine in every single niche you can imagine, all posting educational content. Now, most of the time they will be selling a product or service off the back of their channel, so you'll have to do a little bit of research. But what I would do is I would create something called a Dream 100, and this is essentially a way of you to document and collect all the details of the clients that you really want to work with. So this is their channel name, their contact details, whether you've reached out to them or not, and some notes on their channel. Notes. So this is called the Dream 100. There is a link below to that. I love using this system, especially when you start outreaching to a lot of potential clients. You need a way of keeping on top of all this and keep staying organized, and that's what the Dream 100 will do for you. Day number 7, because I'm going to lose hands on here. Day number 7, we're going to send out your first 5 cold outreach messages. So pick 5 people from your Dream 100 list, and we're going to craft 5 personal messages to send to these people on how we can solve their specific problem. So remember to refer back to your irresistible offer, and we essentially want to offer value. It's going to be some sort of free audit or some way of showing that you can help them solve a specific problem they might be having right now. Day 8, we're going to engage with potential clients on social media. So another good way here to grow your network is to join online communities where your ideal clients are going to be hanging out. So this is what I did when I first started out, and it's a really good way of growing your network as a copywriter. So go and search Facebook groups. LinkedIn could be another good place, Reddit also. I used Facebook just because that was what was the most popular place and where my clients were hanging out. So search for groups where your ideal clients are all hanging out and congregating. So don't go and join a lot of groups of copywriters, because that's just not worth it. If you're wanting to work with supplement brands, go and join groups of supplement brands or supplement business owners. If you want to work with coffee owners, coffee brand owners, go and find groups of people where all these people are congregating together. And I can guarantee if you're doing this, you'll most probably be the only copywriter in these groups. Start adding value, start just speaking to people in these communities and growing your network. This is what you're going to do on day 8. Day 9 is going to roll around, and I want you to follow up with the prospects that you reached out to a few days ago. So if they responded to you, fantastic, start the conversation going with these people. If not, just prompt them, follow up with them with a nice message to keep them, keep you front of mind for them when they will be looking for a copywriter. Day 10, you're going to post an offer on social media. So remember the groups that we went to find the other day where our ideal target audience are hanging out? If the groups allow it, post an offer in those groups. Some groups may not allow you to do this. If not, you are going to just put subtle posts out to let people know that you are the go-to person in this group or in this area of community to help somebody elevate their brand with good copywriting. Day 11, we're going to be posting 5 more cold outreach messages. Now, this is going to be a little bit different than your first 5, because you're going to refine your message and your angle based on the responses you got from those first 5 people that you got a response from, I'm hoping. So there might be some subtle tweaks to make to your message. Make those tweaks and send those 5 direct emails or messages out. Day 12, I want you to go and reach out to a client who you've got on your Dream 100 list and offer them some free work. Okay, I'm not against free work at all. I think it's a fantastic way for you to get a case study, experience as a beginner copywriter, and also start building a relationship with a brand that you may work with longer term in a paying fashion down the road. So this could be tweaks to their email landing page. It could be to their writing actual emails for them. It could be all sorts. But if they have real potential for long-term work, those are the people I would focus on this. If it's just some short-term thing where someone is just looking for something for free, focus on a client who has a long-term potential. So if you see this client and think, God, I would love to work with this client, you see a lot of potential in what they're already doing and some of the holes that you could help fill, go and offer to do some free work for them. Honestly, God, it will pay off dividends. The next day, I want you to focus on following up with the clients that you've just previously reached out to. Hopefully on this day, this is day between, I think we're on day 14 or 15 now, I've actually lost track. You're going to be hopefully going to close this first client. So I want you to negotiate a deal with this first client, right? So this could be for a one-off piece of work. It could be for a longer term retainer, but just understand when somebody's hiring you to start with, you are essentially a risk to this business because you don't have any case studies or results yet. So my only thing is that you have in your contract or in your deal or offer that the client gives you a case study of work you provide, because you can use that case study as rocket fuel for marketing and getting your future clients, okay? Again, below in the link description below, there is the course that I have there, which is literally £1, called the Copywriting Primer. It goes through all the best types of deals for a copywriter. So there's commission-based deals, retainers, there is also one-off projects, and there's all different ways in here of how you can combine them together to maximize your income and earning potential as a copywriter, as well as which structure I would personally use to when closing your first client or landing your first few clients, right? And like what you should charge. So the next day, you are hopefully going to be fulfilling results for clients or fulfilling work for clients, right? So you're going to deliver outstanding results. Now, I want you to over-deliver on your first project, right? So provide extra value. If you have promised a certain thing, fulfill on that, but then go the extra mile. Going the extra mile with a client, especially in the beginning as a copywriter, will pay off dividends going forward. Whether they refer more people to you, whether they pay you extra, or whether they give you more work, or whether free work turns into paid work for the longer term, this is going to really, really help you out. So just think about going the extra mile and helping them and genuinely showing interest in what they are trying to achieve as a business. Day 17, I think we're on now, or the next day, I want you to double your outreach efforts, right? So from what you've already sent out, I want you to send double. So we've been sending out batches of 5 outreach messages now. I want you to go back to the drawing board and send out 10 outreach messages. Now, you may at the same time also want to be going back onto YouTube or Instagram or wherever your social media platform of choice is and adding more people to your Dream 100 list. This should be a daily task that you're doing. Spending about 20 minutes, half an hour a day when you have time, adding clients and researching potential clients and getting them on that Dream 100 list. That's what your goal is as a copywriter when you're first starting out. You need to be constantly adding to that list. Reach out to 10 more prospects today. It's going to be a busy day today. Just get it done. Focus, knuckle down, set yourself a timer, and get it done and outreach these clients. As we're moving through this process, I'm hoping you're going to start landing clients, right? And once you have between maybe 2 and 4 or 2 and 5 clients, I want you to start thinking of raising your rates. So whatever you started out with, I want you to maybe even double your rates, right? Or increase them until you are at a comfortable level or slightly out of your comfort zone, because this is going to help us increase our earning potential without like increasing our time associated with each project, right? You may lose some clients, but at the same time, you're going to be charging more and earning more by doing less, if that makes sense. Because as a copywriter, you want to be leveraging your time and your efforts, okay? And you'll understand this more as we go through this process. But increase your rates, start to position yourself as the expert in your niche. The next day, I think we're on day 19 now, I think. We want to start thinking about creating some content for visibility, right? So this should be an ongoing process, but I just want to give you a bit of a focus each day for this. So you could create a couple of pieces of content to show your copywriting expertise, which can be shared on your social media profiles, or even some case studies from work that you may have already got. Again, this could be from free or paid work. So if you've done some free work for a client, stipulate that the payment or how they reimburse you for some free work, if they're happy with it, is with some kind words or some words of results. Because I don't really care where you're at in this process, whether you've got clients or not. Your sole goal should be to get case studies, because case studies are going to act like little marketing people that are going to go out and land clients for you, help land clients as you are outreaching to new clients, because it's going to give confidence to the clients who are thinking of hiring you, because they're going to see that you've helped other people, maybe even in similar niches, and it's going to be such a good thing to have in your arsenal, right? When you're starting out and you don't have any case studies, this is going to be really hard because you haven't got any confidence. People don't have confidence in you, so we have to offer some sort of guarantee or risk reversal that is not going to put any risk on the client. It's all on you. So the next day, again, I want you to go back to the drawing board and start adding people to that Dream 100 pipeline. This is going to get a little bit repetitive, but this is how we build a business. This is how we build a successful freelance copywriting business. You need to be constantly adding new leads to that Dream 100, right? And then constantly reaching out to them. So you need to be setting yourself a target every single day going forward, whether that is 5 personal outreach messages or 10 or 15, whatever you have in terms of capacity and time. But you doing 5 or outreach messages a day over 5 days a week, that's 25 a week, is way better than you just doing one blitz of 20 messages on a Monday morning and then getting burnt out and bored of it and then not doing any for the rest of the week. Okay, so we want this to be a consistent input towards building your freelance copywriting career. I don't want you burning out. This is why this 30-day action plan is kind of planned out as it is, to give you small steps every single day so you can grow. It's not about seeing how much we can do in one day and then like not doing anything for the next week. I'd rather have you just working on things when you have time, okay? And setting yourself specific times of the weekend or the evening or the day, whenever you have time in your schedule, to work on this as a side business. Now, next day you want to be following up with all your leads. And this is going to be, again, a very repetitive next few days, because this is just how we grow a business. It doesn't matter if you're doing copywriting or anything else, it's all the same. You're going to be following up with leads. The fortune is in the follow-up, okay? So most deals you're going to close are going to be after the first message. Very rarely a client is going to get back to you and decide whether they want to work with you. You're going to need to follow up, communicate with them, communicate your value, and negotiate a deal. Now, you may have some existing clients that you've done some work with, or even, again, free work. You want to start thinking about upselling these clients to maybe a package that you have or some sort of longer term deal where they're on a retainer with you and there is a commitment of tasks to be done every single month, or even a commission-based deal where you're getting paid based on the results that you produce. So it's pay per performance, essentially. And you want to upsell some of the existing clients that you already have. So I'm hoping that by focusing on this methodology over the first 20, 25 days, you should be able to land your first 1 or 2 paying clients within that time period. I'm not so fussed about how much you're charging in the beginning. All I want is you to get momentum and results. The money will come as a byproduct of that, right? So don't think too much about how much you're going to charge. Just charge and start with what you're comfortable with. That's my best piece of advice for how much you should charge. And then what we're going to do, we're going to actually celebrate and plan for the next month, right? And by following this step-by-step process, you should easily hit your first £1,000 as a copywriter in 30 days. Now, it's all about consistency, this. It's not about doing as much as you can in a few days and then burning out. We need to stick to a schedule, be it half an hour every single day, to reach these targets. And as soon as you hit that £1,000 goal, we're going to increase those rates again, and we're going to keep this process rolling. So I hope this was useful. If you do want an actual step-by-step roadmap with even more in-depth tutorials and videos, I will leave useful links in the description below for you to my copywriting primer course. It's literally £1, and it'll walk you through everything we've talked about in great detail and just set you up for success as a freelance copywriter in 2024 and beyond. If you've got any questions, drop them below. I would love to hear from you. I'm going to make more videos about this going forward. I think it's a really cool way to present ideas to you guys. And if you have any ideas for videos, let me know as well. And I will see you in the next one.